Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us. This is a special edition of my OGT vlog series. With me today, I have JP and Erin from Basecamp Provisions. Really excited to bring them onto the channel to kind of help us understand what they do for us. I know that my understanding is Basecamp is one of the distributors for Offgrid Trailers here in Texas. So really excited to finally have some representation down here. So JP and Erin, if you don't mind, just taking a couple minutes to introduce yourself and kind of give us an idea of who Basecamp Provisions are and kind of what you do as far as, what type of need you service for people.
Sure. So I'm JP. This is my wife, Erin Martin. We own Basecamp Provisions. Offgrid has a funny term. It's location ambassadors. We're a tier 1 location ambassador. There's 3 of us throughout the US. I handle essentially Missouri South to New Mexico to Louisiana.
Awesome.
Lead Dog Motorsports handles basically Arizona, Nevada, California, and Utah.
Awesome.
And then we have another one in the Northeast that's handling Michigan, Ohio, and I believe Wisconsin. He's just came on board. So we're slowly growing our distribution network. We're location ambassadors, so we're not dealers.
Sure.
Offgrid's setup is to keep everything dealers out.
Mm-hmm.
We have one dealer that we worked with briefly, and I think we're still working with them, but just not in the same capacity as we had planned on originally.
Right.
But Basecamp Provisions actually is a local store here in San Antonio. We offer overlanding and outfitting vehicles for all of your needs, everything from suspension all the way to roof racks to drawer systems to awnings to
and the smaller stuff, the camping gear.
Yep. Right. And all the smaller stuff that goes with our adventure trailers, obviously, from cooking products behind us to all storage solutions, chairs, furniture, I guess pretty much anything you can need to get off grid and enjoy yourself.
Excellent. And you guys have a storefront in San Antonio, correct? You're not just an online store. You actually have a physical location people can come visit.
That's correct. We have a 3,000 square foot showroom here, about 1,000 square foot retail, and then 2,000 square feet for all the trailers. We've got about 9 off-grid trailers here on site that you can go through, actually 7 now, that you can go through and see different options, see different features. One expedition may have the AC rough-in, another one may have the storage box on top, things like that.
Right.
Just different options for you to view what they look like.
Right. And you actually have all 3 models, correct? So you've got the Switchback, the Pando, and the Expedition 2.0, right? From Offgrid?
Correct. We actually have, so we call it 4 models in a sense. We have both Switchbacks,
right,
the side and the rear.
Right.
We have a couple of Expeditions differently built out, and we've got 3 Pandos, one with the FabTech suspension. So you can come and actually see that.
Excellent. Excellent. And can people buy those trailers directly from you, or are they just kind of showroom models? Just trying to understand if that's inventory.
So we have inventory trailers that we do sell. You would still deal directly with the manufacturer, but you get to just see your trailer before you purchase it. So we do have some inventory trailers in stock. Yes.
Excellent. Excellent. And as far as, so you mentioned you're a location ambassador for Offgrid Trailers. Now, when people buy their trailers directly, because I know, you and I work with a friend of mine, Mike, he's been present on a couple of my videos. And I know he ordered the trailer from Offgrid, but it got delivered to your shop, right? I think he came down there to kind of do a walkthrough with you and all that good stuff. Can you kind of describe when people do it that way, kind of what you offer? Is it just a walkthrough? Do you kind of orient people on the trailer, or?
So it's multiple, it's a kind of a multiple level. When you go with us, so like I said, I cover certain geographical territories, regardless if you contact Canada, you're going to get routed back to the person who handles that geographic area.
Right.
So for Texas, like Mike, when we met out at Texas Advent Outdoor, he was directly put to me, and then we can deliver it directly to your driveway. It's not a problem. What we've run into over the last few years is homeowner associations don't like 18-wheelers going into their neighborhood. So we then have to sell the customer, hey, we have to meet you in a parking lot or something along those lines. And we felt that if we incentivize them to come to our location ambassadors, you get a little bit better freight because we kind of subsidize the freight a little bit to incentivize you to go to us versus going directly to your house. Because we are charged more freight to go to a residential location than we are to a commercial location like my facility.
Right.
So that's one of the main reasons. Plus, we give you about an hour walkthrough of the trailer, like, hey, don't push this button. And if it does happen, what do you do? If this starts blinking, what happens? Where do I fill this up? How do I fill this up?
Right.
So on and so we really give you a good crash course. And I've even done some that lasted 3 hours. So it really depends upon what your knowledge level is as far as how much we're going to go into depth with you. If you've never opened a 270 awning, it's nice to have somebody show you how to put it away.
You know, and I think it's important to emphasize that experience, because I know when I got my trailer, you know, Basecamp didn't have that agreement. So I got mine direct from Offgrid, no orientation. The guy that delivered it to me, I met him in a parking lot somewhere. He just basically, you know, took the trailer off the flatbed and said, good luck. And so having that walkthrough experience, I think, is critical to get people up to speed very quickly on the usage of their trailer, kind of what to avoid, what to not, you know, what to really focus on. I know I spent a lot of experience working with the warranty department just to understand my own trailer. You know, the manual gets you only so far, and then you just kind of have to assume, okay. So I think that it's important for people to understand, you know, that walkthrough piece is very critical. I think it's a good experience to get right with your trailer in the beginning, right, without having to do the learning curve like I did. So
absolutely. And we do have a really good knowledge base as well. I'm sure you've seen the QR code with all the different what if scenarios that we've kind of figured out that people have run into, and those are helpful. But I agree, giving somebody a hands-on walkthrough of the trailer, it makes me feel better knowing that they're going to go out, and if they run into something, that they can call me and be like, hey, remember I showed you this? Oh yeah, that's right.
Right. Now, when you do that walkthrough, do you also kind of do a bit of a QC check on the trailer to make sure that everything is working correctly, and that, you know, if there's anything that was accidentally left off, that gets handled? And the reason why I'm asking is I know when I got my trailer, because of the supply chain shortage, mine showed up without the shower, and I had to wait on that. And so I'm not sure if you know, when you get these trailers in, you kind of gut check them a little bit to make sure they got all the parts that the person ordered, or is that something that you expect the owner to do? I'm just kind of curious where you stand.
So yeah, as part of our QC, as part of our actually that whole service with being to a distributor, we get the trailers several days before the customers are notified. So, and I actually reach out to the customer, like with Mike. I said, hey, when do you want to come in town? He said, I'll be in there next Saturday. So that gave me a good 5 days. And what we typically do, depending upon the customer, if they want to take it and go camping, I'll go the full length of filling propane, de-winterizing, everything, getting it ready to go. As far as even just adding water, it just depends upon where they want to go. For most folks, we do it. Yes, we do a QC, make sure all the systems work, the water tank's not leaking, all of the basic things. Right. But if you want something more and above, we will absolutely do it. It's just a matter of, we don't do it every time. It's more specific to the customer, because most customers come from out of state and they're like, hey, I want to take the trailer and camp a few nights on the way home. And so we set that up for them.
That makes sense. Yeah. You want to be able to use it right then and there. Some people just want to take it home and, you know, maybe do it the following week. So that makes total sense. Is there a specific way? I know you mentioned that when someone orders a trailer, it sounds like they still need to go through offgridtrailers.com. They put in their order there, but then that gets routed to your, based on your geo, right? So you get when people actually order their trailers that, hey, we've got somebody in Texas, for example, that is doing that. And do you engage the person that's putting the order at that time, or do you typically work with them before they put in their order?
So as soon as you go to offgridtrailers.com and you build a trailer in our garage and you hit the submit order, that's geographically driven by your IP address to the location ambassador for your state.
Okay.
So it's really very, very high level, and they figure it out. And if you happen to squeak through the system somehow and you're with one of our inside sales reps in Canada, then once they realize, hey, you're in Texas, guess what? We have an actual close guy to you. Here's his number. And then they send me an email. Hey, Tom Jones just went through the system. Here's his info. And then I call him and reach out and finish, essentially look at that submitted order and say, we can either build you this trailer in 2.5 months, or, hey, look, I have an inventory trailer that's just like yours. Would you be interested in getting it in 2 weeks?
That's a lot. Yeah.
So it's kind of you can wait for a custom one, or we have several trailers now ready to go.
Okay.
But just maybe not the same color that you want, or maybe it has a different feature.
Sure. You know, with that in mind, since you do carry inventory, are there any kind of deals? I know we're coming up on end of year. Are there anything that you want to let your audience know? Hey, we've got inventory that we want to move, or, I mean, I don't know if there's going to be much of a change between 2022 and 2023 models. Not sure if there's anything you want to advertise on that side.
Yeah, so we actually have some pretty amazing specials right now. We did a 12 days of Christmas special, and it's basically 3 different packages. The first one is called the off-road suspension package, and you get the free FabTech suspension with the upgraded jack. That's one option. It's about a $5,500 value. Then you could either do the comfort option, which is a free furnace, free AC rough-in, the max fan, and the privacy shades.
Nice.
It's about a $4,300 savings. And then you can either do that or a freight credit of $2,000 off your freight, plus an extended warranty at no charge.
Right.
So there's several really good promotions. I've been with Offgrid a while, and this is the best promotion that they've ever run. They don't typically discount their trailers, but they're just trying to get a last end of the year. Let's get some trailers out the door. And so that's really what they're doing.
Yeah, I've noticed that they've really come a long way as far as I know when I ordered my trailer, they were still kind of manufacturing it by hand. But my understanding is they're using robots and computers to do the majority of the builds, right?
Absolutely, yes. So every trailer is cut. We build about 2 trailers a day, and they cut the trailers. A full trailer will be cut by the CNC machine. Every single item on the trailer that we make is cut right then and there, even down to the windscreens, to the paper towel holders. Like, it's all done right at one time
Right.
and then assembled. Exactly.
Okay.
And the assembly is definitely moving to our new facility. We've ramped up production dramatically from when you were. We've literally cut it to about half of where you were.
I was going to say, yeah, for those of you who've seen my videos or haven't seen my videos, I ordered my trailer in October of 2021. It didn't receive it until April 1st of 2022. I know my buddy Mike, you ordered his, and I think he got it within 62 days, something like that. Yep. So dramatically cuts the time frame down. So I advocate anybody that's on the fence looking at one of these trailers, get it now while you can, because you can get them quick, right? And we've still got cold weather camping. It's a perfect time to get out and actually go camping. So definitely encourage people to do that. One final question I have for you. I know you and I, in fact, all three of us met at the Texas Avid Outdoors Expo back in October, I do believe it was. Do you frequent a lot of events like Expo West, Expo East, and I think we've got something coming up in Missouri soon. Just curious where we might be able to see you guys.
She's my events coordinator, so she'll take this one.
I know we're going to be at Moore.
It's the Missouri Off-Road and Overland and Off-Road Expo.
Okay.
That's in March or April, I believe.
Okay.
And then we have
TAO again.
TAO, obviously, in October. We also have Rendezvous in the Ozarks.
Okay.
That's in October. And then obviously Expo East, Expo West, Mountain. We'll be at all of those.
Excellent.
We will probably personally be at Expo West. We typically don't hit all of the expos because we have geographic gentlemen who that's their territory. So we don't really go into their territory.
Sure.
Mostly like Expo West and then Pacific Northwest for that matter.
Okay. And you actually own an Expo or Expedition 2.0, right? I think I saw yours. Are you going to bring that to Expo West or
Yeah. So it's that's how I got into all this. I purchased mine back in 2018, 2019. Right off the internet, didn't see one in person, just kind of rolled the dice. I knew the company I kind of researched the company and they had some good backing behind them. So I said, what the heck?
Yeah.
And I've had mine going on 4 years now and we've done some really good modifications to it. And that's the fun thing about these is they're modularly built to where you're allowed to just kind of change them all however you want.
Yeah. I have found that about my trailer too, is that the little add-ons, little accents, very easy to do. I love the fact that they've got the wiring and that spine on the inside. So if you wanted to do wiring and you understand electrics enough, you can do a lot of customizations to these trailers. So I think it's allowed people to kind of express themselves with these trailers in a little bit of a different way than they would have if they went with another manufacturer. And I know, as a consumer, my experience with Offgrid has been exceptional. The customer service has been amazing. The sales process was easy. I can't find any fault with their, with the warranty department even. And I advocate for that a lot. I tell people, if you're looking at a manufacturer for trailers, customer support has to be top notch. And I've gotten nothing less from Offgrid. So from a location ambassador, I assume you've had the same experience just working with Offgrid. I guess it's been a pleasant experience for you as well, given how long you've owned one of these trailers.
Oh yeah. This is actually why we started Basecamp. Honest to God, so Offgrid has an ambassador program where we call them brand ambassadors. And I think you are one as well. Yep. If you show your trailer off to a consumer, another person, and they end up buying one, your name gets put down. We send you $500.
Right.
I started doing that. And one year, I think we sold 5 or 6 and Offgrid's like, hey, we're thinking of expanding our distribution, and we just started talking. And before you knew it, we opened up Basecamp. Yeah. I love Offgrid. I'm not going to lie. They've stood behind their trailer through a lot of stuff with me personally. And then I've had customers that I just never thought that they would step up to and do. And they're like, oh yeah, JP, we're going to do this. Let's just send them this. Let's just take care of it. Yep. And that just shows you the quality of the company, because they don't mind taking a bite to say, hey, we got to make this right.
Totally agree. It's been a no questions asked experience for me. Anytime I file a warranty claim, they don't ask, they just take care of it. And I think that's been a huge plus in their favor, because so many people want validation. They want justification. Why should I help you? It's like, look, I bought one of these things. I expect that experience to continue forward. So, and I know the more and more people that see these trailers here in Texas specifically, the more I get a lot of interest. I don't know about you, but like I was saying in my last video, just stopping at a gas station, I get 5 or 6 people coming up saying, hey, that's an awesome rig. And they want to talk about it for 10 minutes. So it's definitely more popular item. And I think we're going to see a lot more activity in Texas as a result of that. So where can they find you? I know, I assume is it basecampprovisions.com, or do you have a specific URL?
Basecampprovisions.us.
.us. Okay, excellent.
And
And I'll
that's
put
the
that link
same-
in the description as well, so everybody can have that as well.
And you can go through there and order your trailer. We have a link directly through to Offgrid, or
Awesome.
you can go to obviously offgridtrailers.com and
Right.
build it. But we have a lot of stuff that's specifically designed kind of as a trailer owner. So our website's kind of designed towards the adventure trailers.
Right, exactly. Well, hey, I appreciate your time today. Thank you so much for joining me on, like I said, my growing channel. This has been great. I've been wanting to do this for a while. Ever since I met you, I'm like, I got to get him on my channel, because I think it's important for the people that follow my channel to know you've got someone local that we can
Absolutely.
engage and get these trailers in. So I'm still looking forward to coming down and seeing you guys in person at your facility there in San Antonio, and look forward to
Keep
seeing
an
you
eye
next
out.
week.
We're going to be doing a big 1-year party, because we're
Nice.
celebrating 1 year in March.
Okay.
So we're going to have a big whoop-de-doo, or hopefully get as many off-grid owners down to show off their trailers. So
Excellent.
you'll just follow our events page on our website, and obviously on the Facebook.
We also
Awesome.
have that on Instagram and Facebook, the
And
same as
Facebook.
their website, basecampprovisions.us, and we will be doing raffles for that event. So
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I'll be down there for sure. So I appreciate
Sweet.
the invite. So thank you so much. I appreciate your time, and look forward to meeting you guys again at one of the new events, or coming down and seeing you guys in person at your store. So thank you.
Likewise. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank
Good to
you.
see you again.
Thanks. All right.
All right. Bye-bye.